I'm heading out to the Colorado Trail this Friday, August 22nd, and I wanted to give you an updated gear video of things that I've added to my pack and some things that I've changed just to help me along with my 9-day solo 114-mile trek across the segments. Now here's the fun part. This video is scheduled to go live on August 30th, which means if you're watching this when it goes live on August 30th, I'll be finishing up my trek. So after you've watched my initial thoughts today, make sure you subscribe because I'll be making some videos about how this gear actually performed out on the trail. All right, so let's go through these gear changes and additions. First thing is my tent. I love my nature hike tent. It was 4.5 pounds, and I wanted to get something a little bit different. So this is the Big Agnes Fly Creek Ultralight 2, and it's the same style as my nature hike tent with a front opening instead of a side opening. But this one only weighs 2.2 pounds, so it's 2.3 pounds lighter than my nature hike tent. It's definitely a lot lighter material. You have to take a little bit more care of it. I've had it set up a couple of times, and I haven't actually slept in it yet. So this is going to be first slept in on Friday night coming up here pretty soon. I got this in REI for one of their outlet sales, and I think this will be a really nice addition for my kit. All right, next up is my water bottles. Generally, I take these 1-liter Nalgene bottles with me, but I was a little bit concerned about only having 2 liters and some of the segments after I did my planning. So I found some 1.5-liter Nalgene bottles. So that'll give me an extra liter with both of these on my pack. And if it's too heavy, or if I know for sure I'm going to have water, I don't have to fill these up all the way. I could fill them to 1 liter and not worry too much about the weight. But these are they're simple, they're cheap, they really work well, and I think that these will be a win for me. So one thing else I wanted to update was my stove. I have a Camp Chef, which is a little bit bigger than this stove. It's a little bit heavier. You can't fit the fuel inside of here. So I wanted something a little bit smaller, more compact, because I'm only really boiling 1 to 2 cups of water for my meals. So this is a little bit lighter. This is by Fire Maple, and it's the fixed star. It's just a little bit smaller. It's exactly the same style as my Camp Chef with the plastic lid and the handle and the burner on the inside. The only bummer, I was hoping to be able to put one of these smaller gas containers inside of here, but it still doesn't quite fit. Put this in here, maybe with a cap off I can fit it in here. So I wanted to be like all one compact unit. But overall, the weight savings are going to be a lot nicer for me going with a little bit smaller of a stove. To run my stove, I'm going to use these little propane/isobutane gas canisters. And I've got a couple different kinds. So I have one here I just picked up at REI, Gigapower. This one has 110 grams of fuel in it. And then I got some online from Gas One, and these ones have 100 grams of fuel in it. And then I also have these bigger ones. I've had these around for a while. These have 220 grams of fuel. So I did my research and I found that I need 8 grams of fuel to boil 2 cups of water at around 8,000 feet of elevation. I'm going to conservatively put that up to 10 grams because of factors like wind or if it gets colder, just in the performance of the fuel, just to have a little bit of a safety factor. So I have 27 meals, so that means I need 270 grams of fuel. I'm going to take 4 of these little ones just to make sure that I have enough fuel to boil all of my water and not have to stop and pick up anything. The next thing I'm adding to my pack is it's just a Gear Aid tent patch kit, just in case. This weighs very, very little. It's like an ounce. It's got some glue in it. It's got a patch in it. And it all comes into this case. I'll probably dismantle this case and just take the patch and the glue and just throw that into one part of my pack. If I'm going to be out for 9 days unsupported, I just want to have a little bit of extra security, and I think this will help just to make sure in case I get a hole in that tent that I can patch it up. The other thing I decided to do, I was going to take those heavier wipes, but I decided to do something different. This came up as an ad for me. It's by Pact, and it's an ultralight bathroom kit. Everything is actually inside of this whole little container right here, and this is a shovel too. So I can use this to dig out a hole And then inside of here are little paper towels that you put a little drop of water into it and it expands even wider. And I've got enough for like 16 trips to the bathroom in here. And then also down here underneath is some mycelium tablets. So what you do is you dig your hole, you do your business in your hole, and then you throw a mycelium tab in there or two of those in there and use one of these little pucks of paper towel to clean yourself up. And you can put all of that into the hole. The paper towel, the mycelium, your dew, and it will biodegrade and you don't have to pack anything out. You know, I got this because I wanted something that was lighter than wipes that I didn't have to pack out. And I think just by doing all my research online, this ad was suggested to me. They're based here in Colorado. They're not sponsoring any of this. I just think it's a really cool idea and I'm excited to use it. Continuing on the subject of hygiene, I didn't think about bringing any kind of thing to brush my teeth. So I found these online. They're by Traveling Panda, and they're just little bamboo biodegradable toothbrushes. And then in another pack that comes with here is the toothpaste. So you actually just take this toothpaste, it's fluoride free. So you just pop it in your mouth and get a nice foam going on, and you can brush your teeth with this. And you can just really spit this into a hole somewhere. It's all biodegradable, no fluoride in it. You can even swallow it if you want to. And I figured 9 days I probably should bring something to brush my teeth. So the other thing I want to bring is my Colorado Trail data book. This little book is awesome. It's got the trail maps of where I'm going to be at. It's got waypoints to consider. It shows where water is going to be, whether it's going to be for sure water or seasonal water or no water. Places that are marked on here for campgrounds, for camping, the trail heads, the trail ends, and the mile markers, the elevation, just so much packed into this little book. So this is going to be part of my navigation gear. So the other thing I wanted to bring are my hiking poles. And these came as a set with my snowshoes, so they're good for hiking and they're good for snowshoeing. And I've used these before on previous backpacking trips, and just when I went through and thought about it, I want to have something that just keeps my arms moving. It helps with keeping fluid in my shoulders so that my pack doesn't make my shoulders too sore. The only thing I was going back and forth on with these hiking poles is I don't have a hiking pole tent. I have a standalone tent, which is fine, but if I was going to bring poles, I would really, really consider changing my tent to a hiking pole style tent. But I think the benefits of having these for me, for my arms, and just keeping them moving is really going to help out a lot. So that's a first look at my gear additions and changes. As I'm filming this, I'm so excited to get out on the trail and put all this to the test. For those of you watching on August 30th, I'm just finishing up this leg of my section hike of the Colorado Trail. So that means more videos coming out of how this gear performed and overall how my trip was on the Colorado Trail. And you won't want to miss that, so make sure you're subscribed and turn on the notifications. Thanks for watching.